What's up, people? This is New Era Gardener. How's everybody doing today? So, this is part 2 video of liquid activation of biochar. For me, it's the quenching state. So, when you make the biochar, after it's done, you have pieces that is ready. And what you usually do is quench it right then and there while it's still hot and the pores are open. And kind of put liquid. So I made up a mixture of some water, some bat guano. I added some fish meal, and I also added about a gallon of alpaca manure leach, which was nicely activated. And then I added some liquid humic acid. Now, from the first video, and if you like that first video, make sure we like and subscribe and share the video with your fellow wormers so we can see what we actually got. So, if you remember, this bucket I filled with water. I put another bucket on top because it was not moistened yet or quenched. It all swam to the top. I put a heavier bucket on top to push it down, and I'm pushing it down now, and it's all the way down. There's no more room for it to go, and you don't see any liquid. So if I dig down a little bit, I can see the liquid, and from where I had it is probably about 3 inches, 4 inches, and everything has been quenched. So what I like to do is I strain the water out of it, and if I have more biochar to quench, that's what I add in. I pour the water back in. So I have a screen over here that I'm actually going to use to strain out the liquid. And what I'm going to have left is the biochar that was activated. And what I usually try to do is I like to let it sit after I activate it or quench it. This is an activation. Usually I just quench it. But with this activation, I'm just going to pour the liquid off, and then I'm going to do another step to this. But right now, we're just going to pour the water off of this. And the water is going to be a little bit of both. All the minerals and all anything else have kind of went to the bottom. So I'm just going to So, I'm going to move this down. Try not to spill the liquids. And as you can see, there's still some of the minerals on it, and that's fine. It's just going to suck it up. So what I'll do is I'll take a piece of plastic. I'll empty this content after it sits here for a while and actually drains a little bit. Then I'll add everything onto that. But right now it's still dripping. So with it still dripping, I want to allow it to drip into there. And what I'm going to do is actually have a bag with the rest of the biochar. So this is the rest of the biochar that I'm going to quench / activate. So that's an easy process, and then we'll do the same thing. Once this kind of dries and gets the excess moisture out, I mean, you can see it's wet inside. These are big pieces. Actually, minerals have actually gotten in between it. And that's one of the reasons why I allow it to sit and dry up a little bit. Because allowing it to dry up is also going to let the moisture and all the minerals that was added into it to kind of suck back into it as it starts to dry a little bit. So that's the end result. And then I'm just going to take that liquid that came off of here that this was quenching in and activating in. I'm going to pour it into here. And if I need to add more water to it, I'll add more water to it. And I'll allow it to sit. And usually I have a bucket around that I fill up with water, let it sit, so that any type of minerals in my water can actually kind of evaporate out. So, but that's what we're gonna do. This is the remainder of it. We'll add to it, and we'll see what we get from there. And then I'll come back with another video, probably a third video once this is dry, and I crush it. And then I'm going to make active biochar with it. And at that point, I'm going to add the rest of the minerals in it. I'm also going to add the worm castings into it. And I'm going to do something a little bit different with one of them. I'm actually going to take probably the second batch that I have here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to only activate it with maybe just some shredded alpaca manure and the rock dust, the worm castings, and a little bit of flour just to give it some food for the microbes. And I'm going to see how quick, which kind of activates very quickly. All right, so this is where we're at with this. It's still kind of dripping off. I just want to allow it to drip off a little bit. And once it drips off, then I'll remove it, because there's moisture in it that's on the active biochar. And it will just start to continue to drip off. Once that drips off, then I'll pour the water into this bucket and start the process all over again. So I appreciate you guys coming back, looking at part number 2. If you find this video informative for you, it's good, but that's the difference between hardwood. I use a lot of hardwood. So if you like the video, like and subscribe to the video so you can see the content that I'm putting out, and come back and see the rest of the videos. And that's where you can see. I mean, boy, that's a hard piece. I don't know. That might not have cooked all the way down. I'm not going to put that piece back in there. I mean, and you can see the liquid in there. You can see the fiber, the way the grain is of the wood, and the moisture in there. So that's what you really want. So once again, like I was saying, thank you for watching the video. I wanted to finish this video So, once again, New Era Gardener, NEG. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Look out for video number 3. This is part 2. And you'll see what else we do with it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.